Hello, hello, hello. Hi, guys. I'm sorry. I know I missed a week or two. There's some inconsistencies. I have not um, ever not admitted to that. So forgive me if you look forward to my readings. I don't think that very many people do, but I also don't give myself very much credit. So I never know. You just never know. So thank you for watching. Let's go ahead and get into this reading. I'm also going to stream this reading live on Instagram. So I'll be talking to you guys, but you may see me look over here as well. I'm going to start this reading with the Quantum Oracle deck and possibly use the Sacred Destiny as well. All right, let's go ahead and get into the reading. I'll do a brief intro. Hey. So I am streaming my weekly collective reading for Patreon. And I figured I would share it with Instagram also, since I can't save my videos from Instagram anymore. So this is just a collective reading for everyone. Anyone looking for guidance, advice, confirmation, whatever. All right, what are the messages for the collective? All right, first card out, we got Kindred Partnership. Kindred Partnership. I can't promise that I'm going to show the cards on Instagram because this is just kind of a bonus for y'all. So Kindred Partnership, love, relationships, that could definitely be a thing. Some partnerships could be going to the next level. Venus will be stationing retrograde on, tomorrow, the 18th. It's Venus Day, Friday, that I'm filming this. So, hey, that's interesting. I'm gonna pull a Sacred Destiny Oracle card. I feel like I almost want to pull another Quantum Oracle. Yes, I'm gonna pull one more Quantum Oracle card for the collective. It's not surprising. I feel like there will be lots of themes around relationships taking place. New beginnings, intuition, and manifestation show themselves. I'm going to put both of these cards back because I don't want to take that many cards. Can I get one more card for the collective, please? One more. Thank you. I have one of my teeth aligners in, so I have a weird list going on. Another message, thank you. All right, so we got discovery, 8 of intention. So I feel like at the very least, you're meeting somebody very important. Maybe nothing is coming from it right away because Venus is going to be retrograde. And this is time for introspection and figuring out what you want in love and relationships and what you value and what you want long term. But you could be meeting someone in passing and maybe something very mundane. Like it could be a friend of the family that gets invited to Christmas or Christmas Eve, or you know what I mean? Something like that, where you just meet this person and then like a couple of years down the line, you end up dating or getting married or something, you know? So the energy could be in any point. It could be in a gestation period. It could be blossoming. It could be in the thought form. It may not have manifested yet, but you could be meeting somebody really important next week, or somebody who's already important in your life. That kindred partnership, that soulmate type of partnership is relevant next week. It could be getting revisited by someone from your past, making up with someone from your past, maybe a past relationship that maybe would have worked out had certain circumstances been different. Maybe like timing was off, or I don't know, work circumstances, things like that. Oh, and then we got inner peace, beautiful card. It's giving me Pisces energy with the koi fish, I believe, or catfish. I'm not honestly sure. I don't know fish like that. But very, very pretty card. Y'all gonna have to head on over to YouTube after this to watch this reading, if you want to see the cards and all that. But anywho, we got inner peace here. So I do think that is a discovery for you, something that you may be discovering or figuring out, finding out what that inner peace means, like what it means to have that peace in relationships with other people. in the relationship you have with yourself. As well, let's dig deeper. I'm like, all my cards are out of order. I rearranged some stuff over here. That's why I'm looking confused. I rearranged some things to make it easier for myself, and I forgot to move it back. So let's get a Kipper deck card. Any other cards for the collective for the week of the 19th through the 25th? Okay, bad health. Great fortune. Interesting. So somebody could be getting over some bad health, being under the weather, being sick, some depression even. Oh, okay. I don't know about that. Maybe I should have pulled some cards. So we got bad health, great fortune, and thief. I would say that the great fortune card, being a really, really good card, is going to lessen the threat of these two negative cards. However, they are still present, and your energy will grow from whichever you choose to focus on. Like whichever beast you feed will grow, you know? All right, let's get a Romance Angels card. And then I'm going to start clarifying these cards, reading the descriptions of each card, and getting deeper into the message, connecting the dots for you. I'm warm all of a sudden, which is not surprising. I had a feeling that I was going to get warm as soon as I sat down. Romance Angels, thank you for the collective. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Okay. I think I'm just doing too much at this point. So Kindred Partnership was the first card that came out. So that's going to be the first card that I read, following Discovery and then Inner Peace. The Kipper deck cards, I have a good enough idea of how to interpret those cards, but I still will take a look in the book because they have certain time frames, and I don't want to miss any key things or buzzwords that could help trigger a better channeling for the card or memory in your conscious mind or subconscious mind for that matter. All right, let's get into this. One of People. So there's different suits in this particular deck. So People, and then the first card of this deck. If I can find the People portion. Okay. Coupling is what this card is about. Coupling, coming together with someone, having some type of agreement or bond or contract or something. It doesn't have to be romantic, but it very well could be. It feels like there's some love or a familial vibe involved. I don't know why this is so freaking bright. Anywho, the upcoming partnership is likely to be a romantic one, bringing tender-hearted feelings your way. It could just be a fling of romance that sparks something within you that allows something to come alive in you, so that you can explore and express love in a new way. It could be that. Okay. It may manifest either as a deeper commitment in a present romance or a brand new love appearing in your life. There will be many people falling in love and like real love, but also people who the relationships they were in, they thought they were in love, they realized, okay, this is not love. I don't know what this was, but this wasn't love. Or it was an agreement based on other terms or circumstances that was beneficial to whatever you guys were going through at the time. And you may realize you've outgrown that and the foundation you've built on is just not going to work for you moving forward. So you could be falling deeper in love with yourself, growing in your relationship with spirit, and therefore aligning more tightly with the path that is right for you and the partner that you chose however many years ago, months ago, weeks ago, hell, whatever. You may realize that this person is not going to fit the vision and the future, that Capricorn energy, that longevity that you desire, that Venus desire. Okay. All right. So let's see. There could also be a legal agreement of some kind, whatever form of energy, whatever form this energy takes, the wonderful resonance of support and care will be expanding in your life. So you could feel like you just have a lot of love and support during this time. You could realize that you have many soulmates around you, maybe more than you anticipated or realized. could also be that you just meet many new people who fit that description as well. With it being the one of people, I do feel like you're going to meet new important people, like new friends that you will have maybe for a lifetime. You know what I mean? Like you'll come into contact with certain people that are going to be extremely influential for you and help you along your journey some type of way. So the affirmation for this card is, I open my heart and my life to the loving connections coming my way. I deserve to love and be loved. I love that for you. For all of us. Okay, so 8 of Intention is the following card. It's the Discovery card. So I do feel like this is something that you're discovering along your spiritual path, something internal, very nebulous, or occult that you're experiencing that only you understand, only you see and feel and know and can acknowledge. It says unexpected happy development. So maybe Uranus is making some changes in your life. Anywho, a man is mining for gold. He has been panning and searching for quite some time, but despite his diligent work, has not found the treasure that is laying beyond his reach until now. Get ready. A time of discovery is opening up for you. New ideas and new energy will help to bring forth a goal you've been working on. Although there may be a more painstaking work involved, this card is telling you that a positive resolution is at hand. Keep your eyes and keep your mind open, for you may actually stumble on an unexpected discovery or idea that brings great value to your life. Many options can lead you in exciting directions. You can be introduced to someone who resonates with your heart. A job offer may come your way, or you may come across a book, video, or spiritual practice that is helpful in your daily life or business. This is a very auspicious time. New ideas, information, and exciting new connections are vibrating all around you. A gold mine of discovery awaits. So the main thing that stands out for me in this card is, oh wow, that was just the previous card to the Kindred partnership. So it could be that it happens, you discover something about yourself within yourself, and that vibration then connects you to this new realm of people. Like it's like your dating pool expands and you find somebody who's just right for you or something like that. It could also just be that, you go down this rabbit hole following the signs. Like maybe your usual grocery store doesn't have what you want. So you go to a new grocery store on a different side of town, and then you meet someone and you exchange this really silly banter about, I don't know, yoga. And then you find out that you both like yoga and that you both go to the same studio or something like that. You know what I mean? And then those little breadcrumbs lead you to a bigger discovery. And you're like, oh, wow, there's some gold over here. You know what I mean? And it comes in the form of people, but also just discoveries about yourself on a very spiritual, emotional level. It's like you level up, you understand something intuitively, spiritually, emotionally now. And then that allows you to heal something, close some type of chapter or cycle, and expand, right? And I think there's 8 cards in each suit. So we have the ending of one suit and then the beginning of another suit. So this is indicative of endings and beginnings. It is the end of the year, so that makes perfect sense as well. So the affirmation for this card, it says, wonderful new discoveries are waiting for me. I open myself to new ideas and great new results. So let's go ahead and interpret the inner peace card. Not too much. All right. Let's look at this inner peace card with the pretty fish. I'm pretty sure this is going to explain what type of card it is. Not that it matters. It says lily pond. It doesn't say what kind of flowers. What kind of fish it is. Anyway, the sacred landscape wants you to know inner peace is your birthright. Tranquility occurs when you realize that your life is is unfolding according to divine planning. Serenity isn't something you have to work for or search for. It already exists within you. To find this inner peace, simplify your life, spend time in nature, and listen to the message of your soul. True peace transcends fear and connects you ultimately, intimately to the Creator. Breathe deeply and fully, knowing that all is well. I do feel like that's what's happening. I feel like you're connecting deeper to your divine inner self, and that's allowing you to to connect and create with others who are doing the same thing. And I think also you're realizing that relationships don't have to be toxic. They don't have to involve drama. They don't have to involve, like, maybe that was normalized in your upbringing. And you're realizing that peace is not a luxury. It's a birthright. Everybody deserves it. You shouldn't have to work for that. You shouldn't have to try that hard. You know what I mean? Like, it should really come with ease, and you're learning how to cultivate that into your life. And it feels awkward at first, but then you realize, like, I can do this. This is right. This is what it's supposed to be like. So this could be the bad health that you're overcoming. Maybe it's familial, generational trauma or something like that. But the bad health here could literally mean bad health. Maybe somebody got sick, fell ill, or had some type of surgery, is on bed rest, can't move around, needs to be looked after, taken care of, something like that. It doesn't have to be that detrimental, but it could be. It could mean that there's simply poor health. Maybe somebody needs to see a doctor or get a checkup, get some blood work done, change their diet, something like that. Could be digestive. It could also represent the upper body. It says, hold on, never mind. In general, things are not going as you'd hope for in the moment. So this could indicate sickness, depression, addiction, or problems. So I feel like this reading is talking about something that has not been going right for you. Hasn't been going in your favor. So maybe that was relationships. Maybe you hadn't had relationships to go in your favor. Maybe it's been your health. Maybe it's been your finances. Whatever it is, I feel like that's probably being cured or reworked or something. There's a transformation taking place. I'm going to further clarify with the tarot cards. Probably should have done that one by one, but whatever, we'll come around to it. It's just a little easier for me to get the descriptions out, especially when I'm reading from the guidebook, and then I don't have to explain to y'all anyway. It can warn of heart problems since it features a bed. It can also be the sex card. So it could be like sex, the health of sex, maybe your sex life, the people that you've chosen to have sex with. Maybe, I think a lot of people are having deep realizations about their sexuality. So that could be a factor for you. Maybe you realize that you've been heterosexual because that was normalized and you're not actually attracted to that sign. Or maybe your sexuality is much more complicated than simply gender. Maybe you're attracted to different people based on different things, different circumstances, and different feelings. So maybe there's more to it than just gender or attraction based on aesthetics. You know what I mean? So you could be realizing some of those things also, and just kind of owning it, accepting it, and being okay with that part of yourself. It also says it's a time to rest and to recover now. Keep in mind also, if you don't deal with those things if you lie to yourself, it can manifest in your body as a physical ailment. Like you can start to develop like ulcers or cancer. It grows. If you don't deal with that shit, it grows somewhere, and it can grow in the form of a tumor or something bacterial in nature, plaque-like, and it can just cause problems with your body. So just take the time to do that mental and emotional work. It's good for your health, literally. So it says you should retire to do nothing. This can indicate a patient's room, bed rest, or medical treatment. So it could be as simple as someone recovering from some type of surgery, having some type of minor procedure or major procedure, being looked after by nurses, doctors, something like that. It can also indicate feelings of powerlessness. Maybe, like I said, if you're having someone look after you, if you need someone to feed you, or wipe you down because you can't shower. Or, you know what I mean? There could be a feeling of helplessness that makes you see things differently, that helps you discover things in a deeper way on an emotional and spiritual level, because you've never been put in that position before. So now that perspective allows you to have a newfound appreciation and level of empathy with connecting to other people or something like that. You know what I mean? All right. So it says it's a temporary break in the form of illness or an inability to act. It could mean that it gives me Saturn vibes. Something could be sitting you down, making you still so that it could be a blessing in disguise also. So like maybe you're supposed to take a trip and you end up getting sick and you don't feel well enough to go. And that could be saving you from something that you weren't supposed to experience, you know? So it doesn't have to be a bad thing, although it can feel like that, especially this Venus retrograde is taking place conjunct Pluto. So something could be challenging your power, making you feel powerless. I think that's mostly what this bad health card is about, that powerlessness, having to rely on others for something that you ordinarily would be able to do for yourself. And that is humbling and putting you in a vulnerable position. But the reward, I think, is great. The discovery that you gain, the realization, the perspective, the shift that takes place mentally, emotionally, spiritually, maybe it's of great value for you, with great fortune coming out. So this card, it says the most enabling and powerful and positive card. It can represent good luck, triumph, wealth, happiness, fruitfulness. It can nullify the harmful effects of bad cards and intensifies positive cards. So this is the only positive card from this deck anyway. Unexpected good luck is on the way with discovery and inner peace here, as well as kindred partnership. I feel like this just shows the history of something that had not been working your way, whatever area of life you felt powerless in. Can't wait to pull tarot cards on this card because I have to know. But I think that's just in relation to, like, maybe you've been having a power struggle with relationships for the past 5-10 years, something like that. You know what I mean? Like, this is where you're having a breakthrough. Great fortune says unexpected good luck is on the way, considered by many to be the best card in the deck. It amplifies good cards and weakens bad ones. The timing relates to daytime, hours, or summertime. So like I said, something could be sparking now. You could be meeting someone that you end up finally going on a date with by the summertime, or that you really end up falling in love with, or I don't know, traveling with. They look like they're somewhere on a beach, and there's a lighthouse and hot air balloons in the background, and maybe they just got married, maybe they eloped, you know what I mean? Like, who knows what could happen. And also says you have a very good period now. So I think you're coming out of that period of darkness, of healing, of having a lot of solitude, quiet time, downtime, feeling powerless, all of that. You're coming out of that. It says take a chance on your opportunities. Great fortune doesn't provide comfort for the rest of our days, but it indicates that you hope for improvement or a winning streak in some short term. It indicates new opportunities in job matters, or simply satisfaction from daily work. It can also announce new perspectives and improvements in relationship matters. So I definitely think perspective is huge. And there's not enough words to explain how your perspective can shift or change. Hey, I hope this is helpful. I'm showing the cards I'm filming on my laptop. So after I'm done, you'll be able to watch on YouTube if you like. I don't know why I didn't just make this public. I just figured I don't want to have two chats going at the same time. That would just be my luck if people come on and want to talk. And then lastly, thief. I don't like this. I just feel like maybe somebody tries to steal what you have. They try to take what you have that you've been blessed with. So you may have to watch your back. But it could just be how things work out. Like sometimes you get blessed with something just so that person that you were already thinking about that might try you will try you, just so they can prove to you that, you know, they were untrustworthy. So you can go ahead and get them out of your circle, because then the universe can bless you with things that they don't have access to. So it can mean a literal theft, embezzlement, or loss, either material or emotional. I feel like it could definitely be emotional. Granted, it could be that you lose this weight of emotions that you have been carrying due to the lack of perspective that you now have. The lack of perspective you had before this experience, if that makes sense. That's like an extra deep way of interpreting this card. But it just also says more abstractly, it stands for what has been taken away, removed, separated, distant, or absent. It can also stand for fewer. Sudden wealth can mean many. So it's just showing like the contrast between the cards. When this card appears, you should be warned. So it definitely can be a warning of loss. It can indicate a literal loss or a literal sense of theft. It's simply missing out on something. It can represent dishonesty of thought and approach rather than the physical act. Just remember and consider that what was honestly earned is genuinely yours. This card represents loss or theft of any kind, be it money, goods, love, or friendship. There's a good chance for recovering the loss. Okay. So I feel like it's that level of dishonesty, lying to oneself, that level of deception that keeps one's health or powerlessness going. And once you overcome that, in comes a great fortune, if that makes sense. With keep an open mind, I feel like the person who you end up with is not going to be anything like you would have pictured. They probably won't be anything like anyone that you've ever dated or dealt with in the past, either because of this new perspective, these shifts, these changes and vibrational upgrades that you undergo. You're not going to be the same person. You won't be attracted to the same things, but you'll also know what signs to look for. And you'll pick up on what's right for you, what's not right for you in a partner. So there's probably going to be someone who just surprises you and kind of catches you off guard, or doesn't represent what you would usually be involved with. Okay, so let's start clarifying these cards. Show me kindred partnership. This partnership. We got the Ten of Swords. So I feel like there's for some of you, there's a bad relationship, or not necessarily bad relationships, a period that was draining, mentally exhausting, tiresome, maybe involved some abuse, some slander, some arguing, a volatile or verbal abusive type of relationship. That could be ending, or that could be the cycle that you're ending. It could be also the way that you speak to yourself. Just feel like you're tired, you're drained, you're over something, whatever that old situation was. I definitely feel like it's a relationship of some type. So there's a transformation taking place, though, having gone through this situation. What I feel like this is not fresh. For a lot of you, you've already gone through this. It's like that relationship, that ending that broke you, that changed your life forever. It transformed you. It turned you from a caterpillar into a butterfly. It was that metamorphosis. It inspired you for growth. It inspired you to think outside of the box and expand your perspective. Show me more. We got Six of Cups. So I definitely think whoever it is that you're meeting, they are helping you in this cycle, or maybe you've already ended this cycle and that's why they come in. There's lots of passion, lots of inspiration, maybe even creativity. Maybe you're creative together, but the Six of Cups is here. So there's a kindred spirit in this person. We knew that because it says kindred partnership. So this is definitely a soulmate type of connection. There can be lots of emotion and familiarity involved. This could also be someone that you dealt with in a past life in some capacity. You could be coming together to be creative, or to spread love or generosity, or just to be an example of what balanced, genuine love is for others. Hey. Let's look at discovery. What is the collective discovering? About the Queen of Wands. Maybe something as far as sexuality that did come up. The Queen of Wands coming out with your creativity, the way you express yourself, your sensuality, your beauty. That makes perfect sense with Venus going retrograde. Everybody could be introspecting very deeply about their own sexuality, their pleasure, their desire, their relationship with those things. You could be looking at and thinking about all of the disappointments that you've kind of just accepted and normalized in your life. For example, a lot of women are like exploring homosexual relationships because they haven't found pleasure in heterosexual relationships. So they're just like, why do I keep doing something that's not fulfilling? It's disappointing. I can't win. It's not getting me anywhere. Why do I keep coming here? That's a very dry example, but this just represents like not being able to win. Like, it's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't type of energy. It's like you keep trying, but you keep failing no matter what. It's disappointing. And it makes you want to give up. And it's like you feel like you do have to, the only way to win is to give up, is to walk away. And that's disappointing because it makes you kind of feel like a failure. And it could represent your dating life. It could also just represent creativity if you're an artist of some sort. However it is that you truly choose to express your creative passions or your passion, your desire, whatever that fire is in you, whatever sparks that flame for you. There's been some disappointments around that, and you're revisiting that. You're discovering something about that. You're learning something about that. Anything else for discovery? Okay, so I feel like you're taking it day by day, one thing at a time, trying to find some balance in your routine, trying to get it there, trying to focus on, like maybe you're working your day job and at one point in your day, and then you're coming home and you're working on your gifts, your side hustle, your dream. You're trying to balance both. You're trying to do both. You could be getting therapy, seeking a spiritual advisor of some sort. You could be getting some type of guidance, connecting with spirit guides, connecting with your ancestors, consulting grandparents, older relatives, people who you think are wise. Trying to find more stability. These both hold the energy of Earth, the Hierophant being Taurus energy, the Two of Pentacles. I'm not sure exactly, but Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. I want to say Capricorn. I could be wrong. Anyway, trying to find some stability and trying to learn from someone else's mistakes is kind of what this feels like. Trying to figure out what has traditionally been done so that I can navigate the path that others have already gone towards, and like save yourself some time, basically. Save yourself some time, energy, effort, and possibly money. You're trying to be practical. You're trying to, that's that very much so Venus and Capricorn energy. You're trying to save time, make the maximum amount of expansion for whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, for your legacy, for your family, for your business, for long-term. Like you got laser-like focus and visions. Like I'm trying to make this happen. I want this to be sustainable for the next 10 years, 100 years, whatever. So I'm not trying to cut corners. I need to have patience. I need to make sure that my routine on an everyday basis is on point so that everything falls in line. That makes sense, All right, let's clarify this inner peace card. This is a good reading. I didn't expect for it to be this long, but it is what it is. Inner peace. Show me inner peace, please, for the collective. 5 of Water reverse. I think, again, this is relationships, emotional disappointments. You're making peace with something. You realize that you didn't really lose anything. You gained perspective. You know what I mean? You learned something about yourself where previously maybe you weren't open to seeing perspective. You wanted to see things one way and one way only, but that provided you with lots of anxiety. That was very limiting and put you in this little box. And after feeling so confined in this space, you realize that perspective is what was lacking, and you weren't allowing yourself to expand your perspective. Jupiter Gemini. 8 of air or swords is very mental. So mental and emotional. Like I said, that perspective based on how you maybe you allowed your emotions to dictate your perspective instead of allowing yourself to balance your logic and emotional processes. So instead of having inner peace, you had anxiety, you felt confined by your emotions. But now that you're releasing these emotions, mourning these emotions, allowing these emotions to move and honoring them and choosing to see them instead of closing your eyes and pretending like they aren't what they are or that they aren't there, that's allowing you inner peace. Anything else for inner peace? Again, if this isn't transpiring over the next week, something that's happening over this next week is allowing these energies to transpire, to begin. So then we have the 6 of air, leaving that behind, moving on. Again, a transition of a mental space, like moving past something, moving past that disappointment of that 5 of swords. Did I say wands? 6 of air, 6 of swords. I think I said wands, but I'm like, slow down, y'all. But yeah, you're moving past that place of disappointment because you realize you were only having disappointment because either one, you expected something, or you allowed yourself to stay in that place. And it's like you can always choose something different and you can always have what you want. If you're not getting what you want where you are, then you got to go find it. You got to go get it. And maybe sometimes that means expanding your perspective, seeing it from a different angle. And that allows you to understand Mercury in Aquarius, which is a really good, I have Mercury in Aquarius. That's a really good place for Mercury to be. Yeah, it just allows you to move on. Like mentally, you're not thinking about it. It's not bothering you. It's not bogging you down. It's not stunting your ability to have peace in your mental space. That's really all it is. I'm not going to dig too deep into that because it just is what it is. Okay, let's look at this bad health card. Bad health, please. Show me what this bad health is about, or this powerlessness. I feel like it's mostly powerlessness that can possibly manifest as an ailment, a physical ailment that ends up needing some type of attention. Show me bad health, please, for the collective. Okay. All right. So the first card is the Empress in the reverse. This feels like a waste of vitality, a waste of the divine feminine energy is being suppressed or wasted. Some of you could just be leaking energy. What I mean by that is just like giving energy freely, wasting it, giving it away knowingly or unknowingly to various things. And it's like when you poke a hole in something, whatever's inside begins to spill out, whether you're trying to make it do so or not. So that can be leaving you depleted in areas where you need energy for certain things. You don't have it because you've been leaking it or giving it away to other places. So this is kind of what this feels like. It can also just be like suppressing your creativity, suppressing your femininity. A lot of men have been doing this, suppressing their femininity, thinking that masculinity does not involve any feminine principles at all, such as emotions, expressing emotions, hugging, being affectionate, being vulnerable, having quiet, being sad. Things like that, a lot of men think are not masculine. So they've been suppressing their feminine energy. So that can bring on some bad health or present some ailments or a sense of powerlessness. The Empress can also be like a loss. It can be looked at like a miscarriage or loss of pregnancy. And then we have death here. So it can be literal death. Very rarely is death indicative of literal death. But more than anything, it's someone going through a transformation, a metamorphosis. Again, that came up previously. There's a transformation taking place. You no longer are going to be the version of yourself that you were. You're transforming into a different version of yourself. And that is calling for you to no longer suppress your divine feminine energy. This Venus in retrograde period, Capricorn is a feminine sign, by the way. So it's calling for you to connect to your feminine energy in one sense, but it's also preparing us and kind of previewing us for the North Node going into Venus's sign of Taurus next year in January, right after Venus goes direct. Right around that same time, the North Node goes into Taurus. So everybody's going to be needing to connect to these Venusian principles, their femininity, their creativity. These mother wounds will start to come up. Relationship wounds, money wounds, things of that matter. So somebody could be losing money, or there could be a transformation around money, finances, or creative expression, creative growth could be slow, or there could be a shift taking place. And that could be like, instead of being able to create, like maybe you don't have a whole lot of inspiration right now because Spirit is no longer calling for you to create the same things that you've been creating. So you'd be wasting your time, energy, effort, or money putting all this energy into, I don't know, making candles. Spirit don't want you to make candles no more. Spirit wants you doing something else now. You know what I mean? Like there's an upgrade taking place. So there's a shift, and it could feel like you're put in this position where you're not able to do anything. You can't move around like you want to. So maybe there are financial issues or something taking place, but it's also that you can experience this transformation on an emotional and spiritual level. So it's not a bad thing. Now I want to clarify the Thief card, and then I'm going to clarify this Great Fortune card because I want to know what this Thief is about. Show me Thief, please. Oh, too many. Show me Thief, please. Okay, come on. So 3 of Wands came out. Somebody's waiting on something. Somebody could be watching you, waiting on. It's almost like somebody's watching your blessings, trying to figure out what's going on, trying to see when you're going to get back up on your game. And you could peep game. You could peep game while you're down and out. You could be looking at this like, why I can't move around? Like, why I can't travel like I want to? Why I can't move my funds like I want to? Whatever. And it could be all to make the snakes come out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't cut your grass, it's like the snake's going to get comfortable. They're going to get comfortable and they're going to start showing themselves. And then before you know it, you might pick up on the fact that somebody in your circle has some very thievish energy. Like they maybe are an energy vampire, or they're trying to take something from you, or they're only around you so that they can take. They're not coming to give. They're not coming to reciprocate or to keep balance. They're just waiting to see what you're going to come up on, how they can benefit from you. That's very much so how this feels. More for 3 of Wands. It is the energy of Aries, so it's about the self. Somebody can be very selfish and self-centered, and they could be watching you, trying to figure out what they can take from you. Oh, she's not gonna notice. She got something. She's not gonna notice, or whatever. You know what I mean? The 7 of Wands is here, so this is a resilient energy. It's also it's the energy of having stood up for someone. So I feel like this is probably someone that you probably defended in the past, maybe against this behavior, but it's almost just like waiting on someone to be on the defense about something. The 7 of Wands is representing working hard for something, trying and trying again, even though you may fail. So this could be, I don't know, if it's a friend, it could be someone who you may have looked at as resilient, but really they weren't resilient. They just knew it was more beneficial to stay close to you or something like that. Something about that could be getting revealed. Otherwise, I don't know. But I'm not going to keep pulling cards because I don't want to make it confusing. But the 7 of Wands, it's a resilient energy. It's a hardworking, passionate, driven, and focused energy. Let me see. See if there's any other keywords that stand out. Oh. Tenacity, opposition. It's just like someone who knows, someone who works through challenges well, someone who yeah, it's hardworking, tenacious. It doesn't give up, but that could be a front also. So they could be a relentless thief. I mean, they could be a very resilient and relentless thief. It could be interpreted many different ways, but let's go ahead and get into this great fortune. Great fortune, please, for the collective. Whew, Page of Cups. So there could be an apology coming in for you. There could be introductions, new conversations, new flirting, or just flirting. Flirting with new people, or childlike banter, or an innocence, a sweet like nature. You know what I mean? That someone comes with. It could be an apology, or it could be an invitation of some sort. Like, hey, you want to go get coffee? And like maybe it starts off as really sweet and innocent, like a friendship, and then by the summertime it blossoms into something else. Show me a great fortune. We have the Strength card. I do feel like there's an element of your confidence that is being exuded. Maybe this person makes you feel confident, or this person is building up the courage or confidence to approach you. The Strength card represents Leo energy, so I feel like somebody likes your hair. Maybe they compliment your hair. Maybe that's how it starts, or vice versa. I don't know. But the Strength card represents willpower and creativity. So maybe you come together for creative purposes, or to work on a creative project together. Maybe, like I said, it starts off as a really innocent friendship-like situation and grows into something else. But maybe this great fortune represents, maybe you're working on a lucrative project, or maybe you just coming together is beneficial in mental ways, spiritual ways, emotional ways. Maybe there's a romance that grows and a business aspect that grows at the same time. Who knows? Let's clarify the last card, and then I'll pull a card of advice from the Oracle deck. My wisdom of the Oracle deck: keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations is the card I'm clarifying. You can catch your extended zodiac readings on Patreon. So I've tried something new, and I think I'll stick to it because I really liked it. It was kind of fun. So I think I'll stick to it. But you can catch the first portion of the reading where I read the Oracle cards on YouTube. And then you can catch the extended portion, where I read the interpretation with the tarot cards on Patreon, if that makes sense. So you get a decent amount of information with the first portion, but you get a lot deeper into the reading with the tarot cards. It's a lot of key details that come out that help the dots connect a lot better. So, yeah. All right. Show me keep an open mind, please. Thank you. Yeah, there's worry or fear about something with the Nine of Swords. One more, please. Yeah, there's worry or fear when it comes to love or the heart space. Maybe there's some heart chakra stuff. I don't know. Maybe this person makes you reluctant. Maybe when you meet them, you're like, oh God, no, is this the person or something? I don't know. Something about it makes you worry. There's a lot of mental anxiety. There could also just be something else stressing you out. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's something that they do or they say, the way they talk, something that's making you nervous or very anxious. I feel like there's something I'm missing about this card. Like it doesn't fit my usual interpretation. So I love me some buzzwords. So let me check real quick. Grieving, troubled. You could be troubled by something, mentally troubled by something. There could be some grieving taking place or that needs to take place. This also comes up for me when there's a mental thing that you've been thinking about or suppressing that can create a physical ailment of some sort, or it sometimes can represent being so worked up about something mentally that you get a headache or that you throw up or have some other physical expression of it. It could also be like being kept up all night, not being able to sleep. It could be insomnia. It could be insomnia. But this page of swords came out next. There could be new communication coming in. You could be meeting someone new or just paying attention to new things. This can also indicate that new perspective. But also just when you develop that new perspective, learning how to ask questions and be curious and inquisitive about things. This full moon is in Gemini, so it makes perfect sense with Gemini being the curious child of the zodiac. You're curious, you're asking questions, you're trying to find out about things. You could be researching things. Maybe you're trying to figure out why you can't sleep or what this insomnia is about, or maybe that thing that has been plaguing you mentally, now you finally have the courage to do the mental and emotional work. And now you're asking the right questions, trying to get down to the bottom of it. But maybe this, I don't know, maybe something about your usual type is coming up. Like maybe you're trying to figure out like, why is this my type? Or let's just play devil's advocate, or let's just think outside of the box. Like who else might I entertain romantically or something like that? But it feels like asking the right questions and doing a little bit of shadow work. This is Scorpio energy with the Queen of Cups. So it does feel like a little bit of shadow work. Hey, but it's like emotionally being there for yourself, holding space for yourself, asking the right questions, allowing yourself to heal, nurturing oneself, providing oneself with self-care, tending to one's own emotions, being creative. You could be channeling your emotions into art, or you could be crying, purging. This could definitely be an emotional purge that needs to take place. Maybe you've been harboring emotions that have just been taking space, and now you need to finally move them. And you ask yourself the right questions, and it allows these energies, these emotions to flow. It can be many, many things. With the Queen of Cups, I feel like you're nurturing yourself, being empathetic towards yourself. You could also be receiving empathy from someone else. It could be this new person, and it could make you very nervous. It could bring you a lot of anxiety or make you feel stressed out in some way. But they could be asking you questions that help you get down to the bottom of why you feel a certain way or why you think a certain way. This does indicate for me also like there's some false beliefs that you're exploring. Maybe within your inner child, maybe you're just like, oh, honey. You know, it feels like you're nurturing yourself like, oh, sweetheart, why did you believe that? All right, so let's move on and get you some advice. This was a lot came out in this reading. Hopefully it was helpful for you. Hopefully it made sense. Please like, subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on Patreon to see those exclusive and extra readings, early readings. Oh, goodness. Here and now. It's about being present. I want to pull one more. Poised. Love that. Okay. So let's find these two cards. This one will actually show up a lot nicer on my phone than it will here. And then poised was the second card. I don't know what's going on with my connection over here. It's like choppy as hell and delaying. Whatever. I'm not going to trip on it. All right, let me try to quickly find. I can tell you that for sure this first card is about being in the present moment, not worrying too much about the past or the future, and just being where you are. And I think you're in that process, you're learning how to eliminate a lot of the anxiety and mental stress that you've been having, because we had a lot of swords energy, a lot of air energy come out. A lot of those disappointments have just been mental. And once you stop feeding that, you realize like, oh, I can control this. Like, I don't have to experience this. And you develop more peace and inner peace, like this, like came out in this reading. So let's look at here and now. And I think that's what this lesson is all about, like helping you stay present in the moment so that you can maintain your peace. Okay, goodness. Okay, I'm almost there. Sorry. All right, here and now, the essential meanings of this card is being fully present in the moment, living one day at a time. Everything happens in the now, in the present. Only this moment counts. You have what it takes to handle anything today if you let go of the need to look into the future or reflect on the past. Be present and notice what is going on right now. This very moment has the potential for you to create miracles in your life. And I think that's what this is about. You see the potential, and if you grasp it, if you grab it and you take that chance, great fortune is coming. If you don't, then you kind of prolong where you're at or magnify or amplify it, and nobody wants that. The relationship message for this card, it says it's easy to yearn for a love affair or friendship you may not have right now. One that's more romantic, more fun, more reliable, more passionate. The good old days are gone and a new day has dawned. Let your heart trust that you have everything you need right now, whether you have a relationship you desire or not. Tomorrow is beyond your reach. Yesterday cannot return. Now is all you have. Now is all that is available to you. Stay present and aware in this moment. As you cherish and approve your beautiful self, you are a magnet for love. Spirit is madly in love with you right now. Did you know that? Turn to spirit and feel the joy. Feel the joy of love in the here and now. And I think as you learn to be more present, you will naturally find that peace and love all around you. I mean, the Empress and the Queen of Wands came out, so there is some attraction, some magnetism. People are attracted to you. Is this the last card? Almost, I guess. Sorry. All right, 48, poised. Essential meanings are being ready, bringing something to light, being at your best, confidence. And I think you're learning how to be more confident in your most authentic self. And that's when you exude this beauty and magnetism like never before. Like your light is beaming, people see it. And then all of a sudden you start getting hit on. So like maybe you've been disappointed in relationship all this time because you haven't even been thriving in your authenticity. And now when you start doing it, people can't stay away from you. You know what I mean? That Venusian energy starts drawing people in, and they desire you because you're in tune with that energy within yourself. The Oracle's message: you can be assured that you are ready for anything right now. You know what you need to do. Your skills are sharp. You've come to this place armed with wisdom and knowledge, and you sense a new phase of your life is about to begin. People respond to your confidence and trust you. This is an auspicious time to begin new things. I wouldn't begin any new thing financially or in love, but it's a great time to brainstorm about those things so that by the end of January, if you want to start putting some of those things into action, then you can. But I think by that time, Mercury will be retrograde. So just work it out. You know what I'm saying? It's a great time for brainstorming new things that you want to start, but it's not, I wouldn't say start right now while Venus is retrograde. Depending on what it is, you may be able to. Anyway, the relationship message, it says, when you're confident and happy in your own skin, you are ready for deeper, more intimate relationships. You have nothing to prove right now. You are completely yourself and can handle anything. Love, friendships, and harmonious new connections are all present now and are coming in. You're ready to give and receive from the heart. This is a beautiful place to be. Absolutely. That is pretty much the gist of what I think is mostly taking place in this reading on a collective level, especially with Venus going retrograde in Capricorn. Being more authentic with who you are so that you can have more authentic, long-lasting, reliable, trustworthy, integrity-filled relationships, because that's what Capricorn's all about. So thank you for watching this reading, if you did, because I did not expect it to be so long, but I also did not expect it to be so great. So I hope you learned something. I hope you gained something. I hope the advice was helpful. I hope that it was insightful and inspiring and provide you with some type of clarity or confirmation during this period of your life. I hope you choose to join me on YouTube and Patreon for future readings. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, peace, love, and light. Bye.